Okay. Um, okay. Have all the new DeFi coins diluted the value of projects like Maker and Compound? Okay. So have all these new DeFi coins diluted the value of projects like Maker and Compound? Okay. So a site I would go to that is DeFi Pulse. This is kind of like the coin market cap that tells us how the DeFi market is doing. So if we go here, we see, wow, okay, Uniswap dominance is 18%. Now, before before Compound even launched, Maker's dominance was over 40%. Right, so there's definitely been this seesaw effect, this musical chairs happening with all these DeFi protocols, because Maker is now number 3. Right, it's been surpassed by Aave, right, as well. Uniswap and Aave have passed it. Curve Finance has also been competing with it, and Herein is kind of healing at the tails of the shoe, right? But in general, so you said Compound as well. Compound, when it launched, it surpassed Maker and became number 1 in terms of dominance. But now it's all the way back to 7th. So the Compound hype has kind of cooled off. The FOMO has kind of gone away for now. All right. But going back to your question here, right? So have all these new DeFi coins diluted the value of projects? Yeah, I would say the pie has gotten bigger with all these new protocols launching. So like Curve Finance just launched basically last month, and it has almost $1 billion locked up. Yearn Finance launched about 2 months ago, has almost $1 billion locked up. Compound launched about 3 months ago, has over $500 million locked up. Same with Balancer, right? So here we have 4 protocols in the top 10, right? So Compound, let's say $500 million, $750 million or so, $1 billion. $1 billion. Yeah, so over $2 billion worth of assets in the last few months alone. So I think that does definitely add dilution. But we still think Compound and Maker are good projects, and we think Compound has a chance to bounce back, and that's kind of what we told people. And we also told people, basically, when Compound launched and all the hype was on Compound because it was the brand new sexy cryptocurrency, we said people pay attention to Maker because now it's kind of being undervalued. And just like as we said, textbook, Compound ended up kind of coming down, cooling off. The FOMO went away. Then Maker bounced right back, right? And now the attention is on Dexes and Aave as well. Maker is, in our opinion, is still a solid project, so definitely do keep an eye on it. But I think just long term, the pie will get bigger and the dominance will get smaller, but the value will be larger. Right? I think that's healthy with any growing market. Bill, your thoughts?
I had an economics professor who taught us about things like this, and he said the more gravy in the kitchen, the more dogs at the door. Okay, so the bigger the DeFi project program or concept gets, every new player is going to dilute every other player. And since crypto kind of has this unique way of making people excited and then unexcited, it's going to be hard to sort it out. I think, based on what you said, you're going to sort it out based on name brand, right? So, Uniswap has got a great brand. I think Compound, even though it was hyped and then unhyped, also has a brand, right? So it's actually going to come down to marketing, because like with banks, right? Like, what's the difference between credit card and deposit account at Bank A versus Bank B? Not much, right? So in DeFi, it's going to come down to Uniswap has kind of a unique angle, and then it's going to come down to whoever's got the best technology and probably the best backing, right? Who's got the funds to be around for the long term. Otherwise, it's just a flash in the pan. So that's who's well capitalized is a question you should be asking about these projects.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good point, because what happened recently with SushiSwap, right? Basically, when the market crashed, the founder basically sold the tokens and got out. And I think that was basically pressure. Maybe he kind of saw he had $10 million worth of tokens, and he thought the market was possibly correcting and this could be the end, right? Maybe he kind of thought this could be 2018 all over again, right? So I think projects that do have lots of capital and are well funded will weather the storm long term.